All right, so we're taking another look at the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3. We already compared them to the Momentum True Wireless 2, as well as the Sony WF-1000XM4. And today we're going to see how they stack up against the Jabra Elite 7 Pro. So as you can see right now, I am in the car running a couple errands. I figured this would be a good opportunity to test out the microphones. All right, so now we've switched over to the Jabra Elite 7 Pro. Again, we're still in the car, just out and about running a few errands. I do have the air just on low. You may or may not be able to hear that. But anyway, this should be able to, give you a comparison as to how both of the earbuds sound just out and about in an everyday type environment.
All right, so for me, I think I'm leaning towards the Sennheisers as far as the call quality. I think it sounded a little bit cleaner and it was just easier to understand what I was saying. But I'm curious to know what you guys thought. So make sure you let me know down in the comments. So really quick, let's take a second to talk about today's sponsor, which is the Ridge Wallet. So since I've made the switch over to the Ridge Wallet, I have not looked back. I love how compact it is, especially compared to my previous wallet, and it still has room for up to 12 cards as well as cash. It even has RFID blocking technology to give you that peace of mind that your personal information is going to remain safe. So they've got over 40,000 five-star reviews, and they have over 30 designs, including carbon fiber as well as burnt titanium, which is my personal choice. So with Father's Day coming up, this would make an excellent gift. And if you use the link down in the description and use code CEO, you can save 15% on your purchase. It even comes with a lifetime warranty. And if you make a purchase, you can test it out for 45 days. And if you're not happy, send it back for a full refund, no questions asked. So thank you to the Ridge Wallet for sponsoring today's video. So let's go ahead and take a look at the charging cases. So the big ticket item here is that both options do offer you wireless charging. So if that's a must-have feature for you, you can't go wrong either way. Now you will notice that the Jabra case is just slightly smaller compared to the Sennheiser case, but in terms of overall portability, I don't think either one is really going to pose an issue. Now taking a look at the earbuds, they're actually very similar in terms of overall size. I think the Jabras might be a hair smaller, but not really by much. The big difference is going to be the fact that we have this silicone ear fin on the Sennheisers, which really helps as far as them staying in place and as far as security when we talk about the fit. The other key difference is going to be that the Sennheisers are using touch sensitive controls compared to the physical button controls of the Jabras. So that really just comes down to personal preference. I know some people prefer touch sensitive controls and other people prefer the physical buttons. They feel like they're easier to use, more accurate, especially when you're working out, things of that nature. Personally, I'm typically not a fan of physical buttons. I feel like they're uncomfortable, and a lot of times it just feels like you're jamming the earbud into your ear. But if I was going to choose a pair of earbuds that do have physical buttons, it would definitely be the Jabras because the button is super sensitive, very easy to use, and it doesn't require that much pressure in order to use the controls. So it doesn't feel like you're just jamming the earbud into your ear. So again, at the end of the day, it does just come down to personal preference. Both earbuds are giving you access to all of your controls, which is nice because you don't really have to reach for your phone in order to make any adjustments. So you get your play and pause, you get your track forward, you get your track backward, you can adjust your ambient sound control, the whole 9 yards. You can do it right there from the earbuds, both with the Sennheisers as well as the Jabras. So that's always a nice feature to have. Now, both of these also offer you in-ear detection. So anytime you remove one from your ear, your music will automatically pause. And then once you place it back in your ear, it will automatically resume. Let's go ahead and jump into the specs. So both earbuds are running Bluetooth 5.2. As far as audio codecs, the Sennheisers do have the advantage because they support SBC, AAC, aptX, as well as aptX adaptive compared to just SBC and AAC that you get with the Jabras. One advantage that the Jabras do have over the Sennheisers is multi-point connection. So you're able to connect them to two devices at the same time, and go back and forth between those devices without having to disconnect from one before you can use the other. I know there's rumors that Sennheiser is planning to add multi-point connection, but as of the time of this video, it's not available. So right now that is a decided advantage for the Jabras. Now, as far as battery life, very similar numbers. So the Sennheisers are claiming about 7 hours on a single charge with a total of around 28 hours, including the case. And then the Jabras claim around 8 hours on a single charge with around 30 hours, including the case. As far as water resistance, the Sennheisers have an IPX4 rating, which makes them sweat and splash proof, but the Jabras have an IP57 dust and water resistant rating, which is going to give you overall more protection. So if you live a very active lifestyle, if you do a lot of working out, if you spend a lot of time outdoors, the Jabras are going to be the better option if you're concerned about damage due to water or moisture or anything like that. So let's go ahead and talk about the fit. So for me, when it comes to overall comfort, I actually like the Jabras. I know this is completely subjective, so it's going to depend highly on your ear specifically. But for me, I notice a little bit less pressure in the ear when I'm wearing the Jabras compared to the Sennheisers. Now, on the other hand, when it comes to security and the earbuds actually staying in place, I have to give the advantage to the Sennheisers simply because they have that silicone ear fin, which really locks the earbuds into place. So if you have small ears like myself, that is a huge deal because it gives you that nice secure fit. If you have medium to larger size ears, I think you can get a really good fit with either option because they're both compact enough that you can really get them seated properly inside your ear. So let's go ahead and talk about active noise cancellation. So I do feel like these Sennheisers have the slightly more effective ANC. I feel like they're better at canceling out your ambient sounds. So if I was to base things solely on the active noise cancellation, my choice would be the Sennheisers. Now, as far as transparency mode, very similar performance here, but I would give the slight edge to the Jabras. I feel like they're slightly stronger as far as how much ambient noise they allow you to draw in, but you really can't go wrong with either one, especially considering the fact that they both have an adjustable slider within their respective apps, which allows you to dial the transparency mode to the point that sounds the most natural to you. So let's go ahead and jump into the most important aspect, which is obviously the sound quality. So let's start off with the Jabras. So with the Jabra app, you have access to a fully customizable EQ, so you have some flexibility over the sound. Overall, I feel like they have great bass response. The mids and highs are definitely solid, and they're really not lacking in any specific area as far as sound quality. I feel like no matter what type of sound you like, with the customizable EQ, they can pretty much deliver. Now, where the difference comes in between these two earbuds is within the small details of your music. So with the Sennheisers, I feel like the sound is just overall more immersive. I feel like those small details stand out a lot more. So definitely things like reverb, background vocals, the different instruments, they all just kind of stand out more when compared to the Jabra Elite 7 Pro, which ultimately gives you a better listening experience in my opinion. And on top of that, I do feel like the bass is slightly punchier as well. You also have access to a fully customizable EQ within the Sennheiser app, so you can really dial the sound to your personal preference. So if I had to pick one just based on sound quality alone, my choice would definitely be the Sennheiser Momentum 3. So that's my take between these two earbuds. Ultimately, I feel like the Sennheisers are the better option. So if you found this video to be helpful, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up as well as consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.